when you were trustee Henyard, did you vote for a corporate counsel as a trustee?
Here we go.
Was it? Yes, you were. So let me finish my point.
Go ahead.
See how she just can't answer a fucking question? Like, she just the simplest thing. Tiffany Henyard, is your last name Henyard? See, here we go again. That's how now we're gonna grandstand. Talking about people holding up the business. If I ask you, is grass green? Just say yes, Heifer. Just say yes. Hey y'all, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, and get into the comments. And you're gonna have a lot to say about this, okay? I never say this, okay? But if you're a person who watches part of the video and don't finish, you're gonna wanna finish this one, okay? Miss Tiff is just like really showing her hind parts in this, okay? So we're gonna just hop right on in because this is gonna be a doozy, okay?
May I be recognized? Yep, go ahead. While he's pulling up the totals, I just have a question in reference to a statement you just made about saying that you're not going to pay our legal counsel. But we went through several board meetings removing items that we have not approved, which we are authorized to do, and you're steady approving them, writing checks, signing them, and issuing them. So why you're telling him to give you totals from back in February and it's now June that haven't been paid, and you get up here every meeting and say, pay the people, just as you want your attorneys paid, because on that manual check, there's a $5,000 check to Scott Ehrman, which was a political issue that shouldn't even be addressed for the board to even be paying it. Whatever your political rules is should be your personal bills, not the Village of Dolton bills. So I find it very heartening once again that you get up here and try to, because you say we grandstand in reference to paying our legal counsel when you have legal counsel bills on there for a citizen or someone else that's not even a Village of Dolton employee.
So Tiff is using, Village of Dolton money for like campaign stuff? For her campaign stuff? Well, that's weird. Illegal. That's very much illegal. Oh, that's very, very illegal. Okay. The most illegal, one might say. That one would be me, of course.
Okay. So for the record, clerk, I did not pay anybody from the village funds for political use or political accounts. I don't have to. Everyone knows that.
That's such a weird thing to say. It's almost like what Drake said the other day. He talked about something. I ain't gotta be messing with nobody's children's. I'm too rich for that. I'm too famous for that. Like he ain't never heard of R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. Oh my God, like Epstein. Like you ain't never heard of none of these people before. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's such a weird thing. I don't have to do that. We didn't say you had to, bitch. We said you did do it. Okay.
Number two, when you say this is my attorney, this is the village attorney. It is corporate counsel. That's what the attorney to my right is. That means that this attorney is for everybody that sits up here, including the clerk. So the clerk, the village trustees, and myself, the mayor. You guys took it upon yourself to vote in for legislative council, which you guys have currently. Now, the issue with that is the residents did not want that. The issue with it is the residents said no to paying. The issue is the residents have a problem with paying unnecessary funds when you do have legal counsel that you guys choose not to utilize. I don't understand why you guys won't utilize the corporate counsel that we have already that you guys voted for, and then you go around and hire another attorney that you do not need.
That's gonna come in handy. Remember, I want you to remember to note what she just said. This counsel here, talking about the guy that's on the side of her, okay, over here, is for everybody. That's for them. They're supposed to utilize him as well. And so she don't understand why they don't utilize him or that the Delgado. But you're gonna see why in a second, okay? When they try to do something that they're supposed to be able to do, fucking respond to them. He responds to Tiffany Okay, so but you'll see, just hang in there.
I think that the attorney, meaning the Delgado group, has been fair, has been understanding, and also Ansel and Glee. Both of them has been honest and transparent with the board of trustees and with the residents. So for us to be paying out unnecessary money, I don't agree with that. I already stated at the last board meeting that I was not going to pay anything. And then lastly, the attorney has not been sending in invoices. That's why I asked you, what are the numbers? What is the invoices? Because I don't know the numbers, so neither do the people. But you guys read into record numbers up here, but you don't know your own attorney's invoice number. I find that appalling. So that is my
Is it appalling?
answer for the record.
So why are we paying Scott Erdman $5,000 as a legal retainer? Since you just stated that we have a corporate counsel, which we voted Ansel and Glink as our corporate, and we voted Delgado as our prosecutor, and we see Delgado. Nevertheless, why are we paying legal retainer for Scott Erdman?
As you know, we are in court for other cases, and we have multiple attorneys. Each firm used different attorneys to do different stuff. You know that. So for you to say,
you just said the only one you have is fucking Delgado. Now it's, well, we have all types of attorneys. You know, we get sued every day. Well, I do, but still, you know, I is we when we get sued, okay? I turns into we for Tip Tip is when we get sued, okay? But when a suing comes, it turns into we, okay?
So try to blame it on legal. Let me answer. You asked me a question. Let me respond, trustee. So for you to ask me, I answered. That is the answer. I don't have to use any funds from the village for anything that I have. I have my own money, and I've always utilized my own money to do anything for Tiffany Henyard as relates to my title as mayor. Now, when you guys get into lawsuits and things of that nature, that's totally, totally different. I am protected under the village. I am protected under this council to my right. That's who represents me. That's who represents this body.
Bam! There she go. That's who represents me. Oh my God, this heifer. The victory lap that will be taken when she gets in handcuffs is going to be hilarious. We might just create a parade that laps through the whole United States. You know what I'm saying? There's like a S through the whole United States. It take like 3 years to finish it. You know what I'm saying?
See, that
is the law. Okay, before we get into the back and forth, because we're getting way off track. Hold on.
I'm not trying to go back and forth.
Oh, 1 second. I want to get his invoices in, then I'll go to you. Trustee, can you read the invoices into the record?
I sure can.
Thank you.
Invoice number 33340 for February, $10,762.50. Invoice 33341 for representation on the electoral board is $10,133.75. Invoice 33631 for March service is $19,418.75. Invoice 33632 for electoral board services $9,231.25. Invoice 33857 $9,361.55. Invoice 33858 $9,091.66.
That's a lot. So why did you say one of them was 19,000?
Yes, Mayor.
That's a lot. Do you know that's for? Why was that inflated to $19,000?
That was for the 4 lawsuits that were prepared for actions that the board feel are illegally done by the administration.
Isn't that funny that she pointed that one out? Because she knew that one was about her. Oh, that seems like a lot. You spending an awful lot of money, an awful lot of money on there just trying to put me away. It ain't right. For the people.
So you sent that to your attorney and not corporate counsel. Okay, prime example of what I mean by money grab of you guys using outside counsel. God. We have counsel.
Do you actually think that was slick? I think she thinks that was slick. I think she thinks that we think that was a coincidence. Tiffany, you're bad at this. You're bad at this. You know, this is how you get out of that. You got to give a little. You got to, like if you're going to be the villain and you're going to hide shit and you're going to shove money in your mattress, allegedly, if you're going to do these things, allegedly, then you got to do the back and forth. You got to do the little bit. You got to sweeten the pot every once in a while. So that, you know, it's that push and pull. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. You can't always just... You just pushing all the goddamn time, okay? You just pushing. Get a second to not hate you. Like they are constantly stuck in a state of hating you. Like this This is it. They don't even get a chance to go, well, maybe we should just, maybe let's listen, let's hear her out. No, they don't get a chance to do that because you're so busy douching it up.
That you voted for. Once again, I keep trying to explain to the residents that you have legal representation here on this board. You did not have to hire a outside firm to put in a lawsuit that you saw fit. But go ahead, Trustee Steve, you have the floor.
Question, Mayor Henyard. When you were Trustee Henyard, did you vote for a corporate counsel as a trustee?
Here we
Was
go.
it? Yes, you were.
So
let me finish my
go
point.
ahead.
See how she just can't answer a fucking question? Like, she just the simplest thing. Tiffany Henyard. Is your last name Henyard? See, here we go again. That's how now we're gonna grandstand. You're talking about people holding up the business. If I ask you, bitch, is grass green? Just say yes, Heifer. Just say yes. The answer is yes. You don't have to go into a 15-minute montage, okay? You don't gotta do that, Tiff. Just answer the fucking question, bitch. Just do it. Just try it at least.
When you was a trustee, you had corporate counsel. This is not new. You're trying to spin the residents as if we're doing something so new.
Yep.
We had our own corporate counsel because there's ordinances that this administration that is not following and Delgado Group is not saying nothing about. 2, we have an ordinance that she voted on. 1,500 is the max if you spend it without board approval. She blasts us out the water.
Damn.
She spends so much money she's spending right now without board approval. That's an ordinance that Delgado does not enforce. Every hire and fire has to run through the board. Is that being enforced by the Delgado Group? No. So we don't trust the Delgado Group because they're going to side towards the mayor. That's the reality. It's not like we're trying to spend excess money. We're doing the same thing that Trustee Henyard did. They got corporate counsel as trustees when you don't go with the legislative or the administrative council. We have our own legislative council. That's period, because we need people who's going to fight for us. We talked about Delgado Group, explaining away. They won't answer the questions. And that's the reality. We're not up here just spending taxpayers' money frivolously. That's what this administration is doing, and they're not sending it to us. At Trustee House, when's the last time we got a corporate or credit card bills? $25,000 a month credit card bills that we're not getting. This is the reality of this spending. So she wants to spend it like we have to get our own attorney to actually do things to stop this administration from bankrupting the town.
Damn. Tiffany, what he just said was, let me sum it up for you. You suck. That's what he said. That's in so many words, it was, you suck. We need to sue you. You suck. There.
That's the reality where we at. That's all I got to say.
I'm gonna say this and we're gonna move on because we be up here all night going back and forth.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
What you're stating up here is untrue, is false. For the record, Danique, when was the last time you just sent them the credit card bills that they're claiming they never got? And this is our finance director, because all the lies y'all tell up here is ridiculous. You get everything you ask for. You have access to Viewpoint. You can see every bill that's getting paid. Once it's getting approved, you got everything. So stop.
They just read the electronic warrant that details the credit card payment.
Can you speak into the mic so they can hear you in the back?
Yeah, the electronic warrant details the credit card payment, all the transactions. They review that every month. And one trustee just requested credit card bills Wednesday and Thursday.
We do not have.
Okay.
We don't have mayor trustee houses. Do we have all the credit card bills?
Trustee.
We don't.
We don't have to lie about it. I don't want to go back and forth. I want her to go on record because we gave you everything you asked for. All that back and forth.
For the
up
record,
here,
it's not. She's not telling you 100% truth.
she has no reason to lie. But
Look at that. She has no reason to lie. Bitch, you say the same thing about you, and I catch you in it every day. I catch you in a lie every 2 seconds, bitch. There ain't a moment that you tell the truth. Not a moment. There's not a moment, okay? Even honestly, just looking at you is not the truth. You physically ain't even true, okay? It ain't even true, for God's sakes. They're like, she don't have no reason to lie. That is the dumbest excuse to try to explain that somebody's telling the truth. They don't have a reason to lie. Sure they do. Sure they do. Everybody got a reason to lie. They don't always use the reason, but they always have one.
end this, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna
Her job
end
is
this,
at stake.
and
She
we're
got a
gonna
heck of a
move
reason.
on. So you guys,
No, actually,
hold on,
I mean, I like
trustee.
to be recognized when you
We're gonna
finish.
move on.
Prior to
and we're
moving
gonna
on,
go
we're not
vote
going to move
for
on. We're not.
What
We're
you
not.
guys
We're
want.
still
We're not
discussing
moving
this.
on. We're still discussing.
It's nothing else.
He said her job is at stake. She got something to lose. And that right there is facts. If Tiffany suddenly don't fucking like you, you are out. Lady, you are out. I promise you that. She is not going to be able to point to you and have you say what she needs you to say. to make her not sound crazy, then you out. That's just how it works.
Yes, it
You
is.
guys neither one of y'all have the floor. Thank you.
We're waiting.
Thank you. We're gonna move on because you guys stated what you wanted to take out. We're gonna take out whatever you said you want to take out. You added your attorney information in and vote. Now move on.
We're still in
All
discussion.
the back
We're still in
and forth for
discussion.
what? Discussion about what?
All the trustees in that spoke.
I haven't.
We're moving on. Can you
Okay,
please call?
no, Mayor,
can you
may I be
please call the roll?
recognized prior to moving
No,
on?
no, you cannot.
Okay,
we're
well,
gonna.
Now see this? This is what I was talking about. See, like they should be able to still talk. It has to be addressed, and they have to let her do it. This is how this thing is run. But she just decides. She just tries to just decide. Now this lawyer, okay, because later on it all gets called out. So he knows that they're supposed to be able to talk. They know that she can't just say, no, you quiet, you just know. Okay. He knows that, but he ain't saying shit. He ain't saying shit. Because he know that he's just doing what Tiffany want him to do. But hear her tell it. He's all their attorney. He's supposed to help them all. They're supposed to lean to him for all this stuff, to find out how all these things go and work. When honestly, if they just open up a lot of books, they could just read it for themselves and know what the rules are. And then they could just sue her constantly because she's always breaking some fucking laws up in here. But let's see how this run.
We're gonna move
You
on,
can't,
trustee.
she can't be recognized.
Trustee,
We're
we're
not
gonna
moving
move
on.
on.
We're
We
not.
are. We are going to move on. We're not gonna go back and forth. We just said what we needed to say. We're gonna move on. Clerk, can you please call the
I
roll?
make a motion to suspend the
Can you
rules.
please call the roll?
Second.
Second.
Please call the roll.
I just made a motion and second.
Your motion is not granted. Can you?
Oh, look at that. Your motion is not granted. That's not up to you, bitch. That ain't up to you.
Please call the roll.
Can we get an attorney up here? Because, excuse me. Let's
Because
stop
y'all make
this.
this into a whole.
Oh, see, now that they said, can we get an attorney up here? Now the attorney gonna turn his mic around. Where was you at 5 minutes ago? What is you even doing here? You get paid way too motherfucking much to just be sitting there. Oh my God. Let's see what the lawyer, some man said. He done turned the mic towards himself, so clearly he gonna say something. So let's see what he say.
Show. We're not here for that. We're here to take care of the
can't
business.
just
We're not here to
tell.
go back and forth. It's no respect up here. It's no honor to Robert Rules of Order. Y'all know how Robert Rules of Order go.
Okay, so this here meeting is not about respecting the fucking mayor. Hey, super mayor. That's not what they're all here for. Everybody did not just come here so that you can get respect. That's not what the fuck this is about. This is not Tiffany Day, every day, all day, forever. This is not what this is. Y'all need to show respect. No, you can't speak. Now, when I say she's a dictator, am I fucking lying? Am I lying? Don't do that not sound like some Kim Jong-un type shit. That's what this is. That's exactly what it is. It's fucking hilarious.
When I tell y'all something, y'all don't want to do it. You want to go back and forth with me. And I'm not the boss of anybody, but I am the leader of this town. And I run the meetings, period.
It's a meeting.
So if I'm telling you guys we're going to move on,
Meeting of the board of trustees. Exactly. Bitch, you not a trustee. So ha. But you wanted to be the super mayor. And this lawyer turned this microphone towards himself because he knew he's now supposed to be saying something. They asked, can we have a lawyer up here? Knowing damn well the man sitting right next to her, this lady right here, she just said that. This guy right here is the attorney. But it's so funny because he wasn't speaking up. All of a sudden, he moves the microphone over to his mouth, but he still ain't saying shit. He knows right now he's supposed to be fucking talking. His whole job is for him to be fucking talking at this moment right now. Somebody requested the attorney's advice or whatnot. And here he is. He moves the mic, but don't say a motherfucking word. Hell motherfucking no. To the no. Hell to the no.
we're going to move on. Every other meeting that I go to do not work like this. Only here we got to put on a show.
See? And that's a fucking lie. Look, there she's telling that lie again. The same one she told Roland Martin. Same lie she told Roland Martin. The same one. She's like, no, I don't have these kind of problems over there. It rolls smoothly over there. I ain't stealing even half as much as I steal over here. Allegedly. Oh, yes, you do, bitch. Yes, you do. They hate you over there just as much. Maybe even more somehow.
Once everybody learn how to just conduct business and move on. When somebody tell you we moving on, we move on. We don't have to argue. We don't have to debate. We're done with it. Call the
Hell, mother, that don't even make sense. But when somebody tell you to move on, just move on. So if I get hit by a car and I'm like, oh my God, my legs is broke. Oh, I need an ambulance. And then here come Tiff walking down the street. Well, I'm the mayor of a village somewhere. Move on. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, well, damn, I thought I was going to get me an ambulance and, maybe be able to save my legs. But a random bitch just told me to move on. So I guess I'm moving on. Even though moving on might be moving on to the upper room. Whatever. Tiffany said so, I guess. Okay. All right.
We got a motion and a second.
It's a motion and a second on the floor, since you know Robert Rules of Order.
Okay,
If I may, Madam
go ahead,
Mayor,
attorney.
if I may, there's currently pending a motion and a second to approve the corporate bills as amended by Trustee House. There has been discussion. Discussion can be ended at the call of the chair, which is the president. And then the only next step is to move to a roll call with respect to that pending motion.
Thank you.
Okay. Now what about the motion to suspend the rules?
It's out of order at this time.
Thank you.
And y'all wonder why we have our own legal
It's out of
counsel.
order because there's a pending motion on the floor.
Wait,
Is that true, attorney? Is that true?
can we ask our
Is that
attorney?
true?
Okay, so we're not gonna go back and forth with attorneys. If the attorney just gave an order, so if we're gonna go back and forth, we can deal with that later. Can you call the roll so we can move forward?
Okay, so that they have to call the roll for that thing first, and then they can do that. He would elaborate. He don't tell any more than what he needs to. Like clearly they're trying to find out. Like, so do we not get to have this to speak on this thing? That shit is so crazy. And that's how they end up not passing anything. This is why they end up not passing anything. Because they have these questions, they want to speak on these things that are pertaining to the motion that's there. But they're not allowed to ask the questions. They're not getting any of their answers. And they don't want to blindly sign shit. They don't want to blindly okay shit. And they're stuck. They're stuck. And this is where they are. And she don't give a fuck. She feels like, look, see, y'all lost again. Y'all lost again. Y'all, I'm doing all this winning. I wonder how many times she'll win in a prison. How good at you at competition? We're going to find out. We're going to find out when you go to the prison, heifer.
With the corporate
Our
bills.
motion supersedes of what's going on.
Oh
Our
my
motion
God.
supersedes that.
Can we move forward? Can you call the roll, clerk?
Our motion supersedes.
The attorney just told you the answer. Please call the roll.
Okay, are we clear? Because we have another
No, we
attorney.
are.
No, it's
The
not.
attorney
We're
does
not
not
my
run
attorney.
the day-to-day operation, does not run the
Absolutely.
meetings. He does. He just gave you your answer. Can you please call the roll?
So you're not gonna let us hear from our attorney, Mayor? Is that what you're stating?
Clerk Key, can you please call the
You
roll?
gonna let trustee speak? You gonna let the other trustee speak?
Clerk Key, can you please call the roll? The attorney just gave you the answer.
Her way or the highway, man.
And you have another attorney.
That's not our attorney. This is
the
our.
legislative council.
Can you
board.
please call the roll, clerk?
Can our attorney grab a mic or something? You wanna?
Can you please call the roll?
Thank you, because he's getting compensated.
Attorney, you out of order. You out of order.
I don't care if I'm out of
You
order.
out of order, attorney.
It doesn't matter.
You out of attorney.
Oh, here's their attorney. Here's their attorney. Oh, he said, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't care if I'm out of order. I am their attorney. I'm being paid. I'm the legislative attorney. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. They're going to hear it from their own attorney. Okay? Let's see what happens. Oh my God. I didn't even know this was going to happen.
It doesn't matter who wants to hear anything. This is our attorney.
That's how she
You
feels
are
about
our
citizens.
attorney.
You see how she feel about the citizens.
It ain't
She's
about the
something
citizens. The citizens do not speak at this moment. Chief, can you please keep order? I appreciate it. Because I see that everybody wants this to be a show. Sir, you are out of order. This is our
Supersedes the other
hold
one.
on.
And there's
This
a
is
second,
our
so there's a
corporate
vote
attorney.
to supersede it.
Okay.
You out of order. Okay, so you done. You said what you need.
It said it supersedes. Ooh, so now we lawyer against lawyer here. He says it supersedes. So who's telling the truth? I mean, I'd be inclined to go with anybody who can't, like, keep this food down while standing behind a fucking Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could keep yourself from vomiting, sir, sitting next to her for so long, then I don't trust you. Something wrong with you? Okay. Just saying. Just saying. This is what I think.
Need to say. Thank
There
you.
needs to be a vote on.
You are out of order,
Yeah,
attorney.
there need to be a vote.
You are out of order, attorney.
Actually, attorney can't be out of order.
You are out of order, attorney. I didn't give you the floor. Did I give you the floor? So you're not gonna follow Robert rules of order, neither, huh?
We gave it to him.
You out of order.
What's your turn? What's your
You
turn?
out of order. So can we move forward, guys? Can we call the roll? I would appreciate it, Clerk Key. You call the roll.
I would appreciate it if you guys would get this in order so that we'll know what is correct and what
You
isn't
want to listen
correct.
to this attorney and not
I'm
this
listening to
attorney.
both attorneys.
He don't run the meetings. He doesn't. He
But
does.
This is the board's attorney.
He runs the meeting. So if both of them going back and forth, when do we move forward? When do we get order? If everybody got their opinion of how it works.
No, there was,
Yes,
the
y'all do.
trustees have a few.
You could do compromise, bitch. You could try compromise and have fun. All you gotta do is let them say something. They want to fucking speak. But it's so hard for you to just be like, fine. You're like, no, I'm the leader. They have to do what I say. And I like that they don't like it because it makes me, it really shows how powerful I am that I can shut them all down and make them feel weak. For me to feel strong, I must make sure they feel weak. It's not enough that I know that they're weak. I need to make them feel weak. And that is the life of a Tiffany. That is not allegedly, okay?
Words, more last words. The other
Trustee,
trustees don't want to talk.
trustee,
That's it.
trustee. We gonna move forward. Do y'all not want to pay the corporate bills?
We
Y'all
want
not want to pay the bills?
to have a voice.
You already
we
had
wanna-
your voice. You spoke. So I'm
Trustees-
saying we're
the other
done.
trustees don't want-
Look at that, bitch. And all this time, you could be letting them talk. You could be just letting them talk. But no. And that's why I can't wait.
We had discussion, trustee. We had discussion, and we moving forward. I agree, and I agree. So, are you ready? I agree.
Have you guys worked this out?
He just gave you the answer, so can you please
And so
call?
you're saying their attorney,
He's out of order, so
He's
can
out
you
of
call
order.
the roll?
Are
All
you
we
guys
ask you
good
to
with
do is
that?
call the roll.
okay.
That's it,
Sure.
dictatorship. This is a democracy, last time I checked.
Trustee Brown.
I yield my time to trustee Norwood.
This ain't yield time. She's calling the roll for a vote to pay the bills.
Mayor, I can yield my time to trustee
So
Norwood.
y'all just want to say,
Thank you.
y'all don't want to pay the bills.
The bills will be paid.
When we gonna pay the bills?
You gonna pay them anyway, so it don't even matter because you
Okay.
do what you want to do.
Well, I'm glad you.
Yes, that's my girl on the end. She holds back none, honey. It's her and the other one on the other side. She quiet today, but these are the ones that be just serving Tiffany her ass on a tray, okay? I love it. I love it. I love this village clerk too. I can see why she ended up getting locked out of her office. I can see why that happened. Listen, Tiffany was pissed, honey. She done that to this woman. I see now why. She's mad, honey. She's mad.
You know that I'm gonna pay my staff. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, attorney,
All I hear is a roll call that should be taken with respect to the pending motion to approve the corporate bills.
thank you. Can you please call
I
the roll?
just started the roll call. Trustee
Okay,
Brown.
skip her next.
Go ahead. That's not how it goes. Either she,
If she says she
Abstain.
her time, you go to the
but
next
this is a
person.
vote.
She don't want to vote, so you go to the next person.
Then she should say abstain.
She don't want to say abstain. She want to say what she wants, so you go to the next person.
You're telling me that. She's not telling me that.
She don't. Oh my God! Can you direct her on how it goes then, so she can understand?
Each trustee has a right to say whether they're present or they abstain from the vote.
She's saying she,
She hasn't
wants
said
to yield.
anything.
Stop speaking for people, Tiffany. Shut the fuck up, okay? Try it. Just try it once. You ain't gonna like it, bitch, but you better get used to it because you ain't gonna have nobody to talk to in your cell. Hopefully they put you in there all by your fucking self so you ain't got nobody to lecture, bitch, okay? You ain't gonna have nobody to lecture for all of eternity. This is a fucking good one, y'all.
her time. So then you go to the next person in line, ask them for their vote.
So basically, she's not voting. Is that,
Basically, she's not voting.
Correct.
and that is what you're saying, attorney?
Trustee Brown has not made a vote, so she's not voting on the roll call that you're issuing.
Trustee House.
I just think it's fascinating that when we want to when the mayor wants us to read bills into record, we can pause for a moment. But then when the board members have a conversation point, it's let's move forward. So on this point right here, I also yield floor to Trustee Norwood.
I won't be long.
Trustee Norwood.
Yes. So I just wanted to clear up two things.
We
It was
are
just-
in the middle of a vote, trustee.
okay, well, I'll just wait.
Okay.
Trustee Steve. Trustee Holmes.
They elected me to speak.
Trustee
Order,
Belcher.
please.
Trustee Belcher.
I'm yielding my votes.
Order,
Order,
The
please.
motion failed.
Okay. So you guys don't want to vote on the corporate bills. You guys want to yield time and keep on with the
Next, I
discussion.
will make a motion that we suspend the rules.
Second.
Second.
You can make all the motions you want. You guys should just pay the bills. That's what I'm saying. So residents, you see what happens up here when people don't get their way. They hold up process.
That is so funny. When people don't get their way. That's so funny, Tiffany, that you would say that. All that happened because you refused to let another human speak. That's exactly what just took place here. That's all that took place. You refused to let another human being speak. And then this happens. And it, like, just like she said, you gonna pay it anyway. You gonna pay the parts that you want to pay anyway. The things you want to pay, that some of that skim gonna come back to you, allegedly, you want to pay anyway. You're gonna go ahead and do it anyway. Just saying.
And we have to move forward. It's time to move forward. So now y'all don't want to vote to pay the bills? Y'all don't want to vote to pay the bills?
Yes, we want to vote to pay the bills.
Y'all don't, because everybody want to keep going on.
We just want to have our last words. That's it.
Your last word. Okay, go ahead, trustee. Okay, go ahead.
Order, please, or you'll be removed from the meeting.
Thank you.
There's a motion made by trustee House to suspend the rules.
No, she says you want to speak. Let her speak. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
This is a show.
I'm making it fast. I just wanted to, it was two things, and just for the residents' sake, so that they're clear. I know that Tanjanique stated that she sent the credit card statements out. Now, I did request, I sent an email over to her, and she sent me the bills for the month of March, February, and March. She didn't send them to the other trustees, so in their defense, they didn't receive them. She sent them to me, but my question to her was, were we caught up on the bills? Because I know this is June and I only received February and March. So in regards to that, I know we didn't have the statements for April and May. So that was that. And then in regards to, you made a comment in regards to our attorney. There was a meeting 2 meetings ago when I asked our corporate attorney, or Otis and Stark, I asked them, and it was at a live board meeting, I asked them if raises were supposed to be giving out by the mayor without permission of the board. And he stated publicly that he couldn't answer that and that we should ask our attorney. So when you say things like, well, we're spending money, the thing is this is not a dictatorship. This is a democracy. We were elected just like you were elected. You are not the only voice for the people. The people elected 7 people. The system is designed with 7 elected officials in mind. 7. It's not just your way or the highway. And that's why we're here, Mayor. If you humble yourself, you can work with your team and we can work together to do the best for the residents. You hold up the whole meeting and say we're wasting time just because you didn't want me to speak when you could let me speak and we could have moved on. There's no back and forth. I just want to clarify that we do have I have the statements for February and March. The other trustees don't. Once upon a time, before the new finance Tanjanique was put into place, we would receive the credit card statements every month, like clockwork. It wasn't until she was put into place when we stopped receiving them. We are elected.
Ooh, Tanjanique, they done threw you under that there bus, girl. That's this one right here. Oh, Tiffany done got her homegirl on the job. What's this, your niece or something? What's this? Where you pick this one up at? She ain't sending out none of the stuff. I'm sure that's because you told her that. If I had to guess any kind of guesses, that's what I would guess.
Officials that's responsible for the finances, so we shouldn't have to ask. We really are supposed to just be given the information every month. So I did take the liberty to ask her, and she did take the liberty to send it to me. But just for the record, we are supposed to be given the bills every month. That's just protocol. And before she was elected, we were receiving them and we didn't have an issue in regards to asking you for them. So Mayor, I just thank you for allowing me to speak. And I just want to say that I'm hoping that you learn to humble yourself so that you can work with your team. We all want to work with you, but you sit up here and you act like Trump. This is not a dictatorship. This is a democracy. Thank you.
Oh, Tiffany probably took that as a compliment, honey. She'd be like, fake news, fake news. She's like, oh, thank you. You know, I'm trying, he's got some big old weird shoes to fill, and I'm trying my best.
Okay, normally I go back and forth but I'll handle that later. So call the roll so we can move forward. Everybody say what they needed to say. Call the roll.
Are we approving or are you guys done?
This is to approve the corporate bills.
Then we got to make a motion to go back into
We
So
never
let
went
them-
out. We just let her speak. So call the roll so we could pay the bills.
The prior motion regarding corporate bills failed due to lack of an affirmative vote. So someone will have to move to reconsider that vote, and then there needs to be a second for that.
A motion to reconsider the vote on corporate bills
All right. Is there a second?
as they were read into record previously.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Call the roll.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Steve,
Aye.
trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion approved to
Ain't that something? See how easy that was, Tiff? See how easy that was? You just let them fucking speak. That's it. You don't have to stress these people out just because you don't want to fucking hear nothing because you so scared they're going to say something that's going to put you under the prison. I know that's what you're thinking, girl. I know that's what you're thinking. A little bonus piece for those who made it through, which is the reason why I actually looked for this video in particular. I'm going to find it so that we can watch it together. So here's some proof of just how shady Tiff is, okay? And why the board, why the trustees are so concerned. Here we go.
The reason, I guess, I want all of the citizens to know why we're so adamant about this budget and what's going on. May 12, 2021, a resolution was passed. The following persons are hereby authorized to be added as signatories for all city accounts: Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Village Clerk Allison Key. Any prior signatories or individuals authorized and hereby removed from the accounts, prior authorization is revoked. Number of signatures required are a combination of both signatures. At the approval of payment by the village board, each check shall be signed by the mayor and the clerk. We have a $500,000 check signed by Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Y'all wonder why we worried about the money? This is why we worried about the money. $561,000 check with one signature on there. It's a problem. That means that money is being spent, and after we don't find out till after the check's been cashed. That's why we up here complaining about it.
So right, exactly. I like how people throw numbers up here and say I signed a check. What is it?
So are you saying that you didn't sign it?
What's the check I signed?
It's for the construction, but it wasn't approved until you signed it and they cashed
What
it.
construction? Go ahead. What construction?
It's for asphalt company, but you signed it and they cashed it before we approved it. I don't care how you want to say it.
You can word it however you want.
I'm gonna tell you what, you can wiggle out of this all you want to, Tiff. You don't have the right to sign that check by yourself and give it. You don't have the right to. They have that in order. It's you and the keys person, okay? You and one other person, both signatures have to be on there. That's the check and the balance, okay? That's how you check and balance. You're over there writing $560,000 checks to people, and they just find out afterwards, after it's cleared? Bitch, welcome to the prison is all I'm saying. But this was the little bonus for those who made it to the end, okay? In case you just don't understand, it's like, why they just picking, why is everybody always picking on Tiff? No, she ain't shit. That's why. Thanks for watching to the end. If you were one of my special babies that did, okay? Y'all behave, because I'm not going to do it. Absolutely not. Okay, just can't. I don't even want to bother to try. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't feel like faking it until I'm making it, all right? But mama love you. Yes, she do. Ooh, peace.